Well, I got a big announcement. I sold my tank. Why did I sell it? Well, I built it to be seen and used and encourage people to learn about history. And I just don't use it that much. I get it out once or twice a year. So I didn't sell it for the money. I'm losing. I'm not making money on it. I'm covering some of my costs, but I didn't sell it for the money. I want it to get used and seen. It's a really amazing tank. It drives, it shoots. It's very detailed and accurate replica that I built off of blueprints. And so I just wanted to get used a lot more. So it's going to get seen a lot more on YouTube. And the new owners have a huge following on YouTube, so you probably already heard of them. So the new owners of the tank are, if you haven't seen it already, CSR Productions 87. They make some really great World War II films. Like I said, they got a huge following. They already have a Tiger replica. It's not motorized like this one, but it's about the same scale, so it'll look really good together. And there's going to be some great stuff coming out from those guys, I'm sure. By the way, the Sherman Jumbo was a special model of Sherman that had up to 7 inches of armor on the front that the Tiger, the 88mm gun on the Tiger 1 could not penetrate the front armor of the Sherman Jumbo. So if they do have a film where these two are facing off against each other, it is a fair fight. The Sherman will bounce rounds off of the Tiger, and the Tiger will bounce rounds off of the from the Sherman. So that's kind of why I'm selling it. We had to drive it. I had to drive it 730 miles. I live in Nebraska, and those guys live out in Virginia, so we met halfway in Kentucky. Put it up on a trailer on, let's see, February 24th, which happened to be a day when it rained and snowed the whole way, all the way across Missouri from Kansas City to St. Louis. There was probably 30 cars in the ditch because they had snow and ice pretty bad. And so we had to drive through that. It ended up taking a lot longer to drive it over there, and then it was raining and late when we got there, so we didn't get to test drive it together, but I just went over instructions on how to operate it, maintenance issues and other known issues with the tank, and how to really get the most out of it. So check out their channel, subscribe to those guys, and yeah, I'm sure you'll see it a lot more on their channel than you did on mine. I plan to do one more video where I'm going to compile a bunch of photos and videos that I have of this tank and compare it to what the real Sherman Jumbo looked like. I went to quite a bit of detail to make it accurate, so I want to show you some of those comparisons and some of the details that are still missing that I never got around to adding. Obviously the 50 cal is missing from the roof. That's the most visually obvious one, but there's a few other details that are still missing. As far as projects, am I going to build another tank? I'm not sure. Maybe I'll do another simple project like the Hago I did last summer. That was a tank I built in a weekend, and then I could scrap it when I was done. So I might do projects like that in the short term. If I do another tank like this, it'd probably be at least 3 years from now when I've got some more garage space filled up, or freed up, excuse me. Well, thanks everybody who's been subscribing to my channel and following along as I built this over the last 2 years. Well, I learned more about Sherman tanks than I knew there was to learn, and about other tanks too. It's been a lot of fun. You might say, best job I ever had.